The other functional trait that we grade is athleticism. And we've watched a lot of football. Athleticism is fairly easy to grade. Yet I've heard enough comps to Lamar Jackson to last me 20 years because I've heard Jalen Hurts is like Lamar Jackson. I hear Justin Fields is like Lamar Jackson. I hear Trey Lance is like Lamar Jackson. I've heard Lynn Bowden is like Lamar Jackson. This is absurd. There are very, very few quarterbacks that fall into the hyper-mobile category. Cam Newton, Kyler Murray, Lamar Jackson, Deshaun Watson. It's a short list. Russell Wilson's on the edge of it. And there are a couple things that go into grading athleticism. And there are a couple different levels. You have your statues, standards, tight end mobile spectrum, and then your hypermobile quarterbacks. And right now in this NFL, athleticism is creeping up significantly. People who are standard mobile right now, 10 years ago, would have been tight end mobile. So if you're looking at a quarterback who's a statue, what should you expect to see? Limited reactivity movement in the pocket. Labored running. A guy who struggles to get away from college defensive linemen and burn a cushion when they take off. That is a statue. We do not have a statue in the top 6 quarterbacks in this draft class. Not one. People harp on Mac Jones. He's a standard mobile quarterback. And if you have a statue, Breeze became a statue, Brady, statue, that's fine. It's not a huge downgrade to have a statue quarterback, but you better look at their pocket mobility. Do they move in the pocket well? Do they feel pressure well? Because if they don't do that, then the problems really come out of them. Standard mobile is a step up from that, and that is where you see Mac Jones and Davis Mills in this class. Even though Davis Mills was a great athlete coming out of high school, the knee injuries have limited him. And when you see a standard quarterback take off to run, you go, well, it's functional. Not somebody who you want to see in the open field, not somebody who you want to see running, but if they see an alley in front of them, they can take the alley, get a little bit of grass, and get down. While this is better than a statue, it doesn't gain you anything. It avoids a limitation. Standard mobile is good enough. And when you get up to tight end mobile, this is where you see a little bit more interplay on variables. Most quarterbacks in this league, at least the ones that are coming out of college right now, even Drew Lock, Dimes, they all fit into the tight end mobile category. You're looking at guys who are running between a 4.6 and a 4.8. Now, the variable that comes into this is size, strength, and the ability to overcome the linebackers on the field. With quarterbacks like Josh Allen and Justin Herbert, you see the size in them and the strength in them, that they are bigger than linebackers. And even in this year's class, we struggle to see that. Fields is a good-sized quarterback. Lance is a good-sized quarterback. Trevor Lawrence, if he puts on some pounds, is a good-sized quarterback. But these guys, they are not bigger and stronger and meaner than linebackers. And that's where Jalen Hurts falls in too. 4'6" athlete, 6'2", 220 pounds roughly. This is not bigger than a linebacker. This is not someone who can overcome that player. These are quarterbacks who are a threat in the open field. They will make damage once they get out of the pocket. They will take a good amount of yards. They will extend drives with first downs. This is a plus in efficiency, but it isn't a gigantic plus. But when you get to hypermobile, that's a gigantic plus because of how it affects a defense. Go back and watch Cam Newton in college. Go back and watch Lamar Jackson in college. Go watch Kyler Murray in college. They embarrass everyone on the field. They embarrass people. It's not they're running and getting good yards. They are making people look terrible on a college football field. These are guys who are clearly and decisively the best athlete on the field. And the reason why this grabs gains is because it scares defensive coordinators. You'll see mush rush. You'll see spies. And that's taking bodies out of the equation. That's delaying a pass rush because they're worried about containing a threat that as soon as he sees an alley, he's gone. And I mean gone. Like open field, making safeties fall down, touchdown, gone. The play that you saw Lamar run against Tennessee in the playoffs last year, gone. When you have a quarterback who's hypermobile, it isn't just somebody who can hurt you a little bit. It is 11 on 11 responsibility football. And that added responsibility adds a lot to efficiency. I started factoring this in around the time of Cam Newton and Russell Wilson, and I kept giving it weight. And every single time I gave it weight, it surprised me because the weight that it actually carried was higher every time. And if you're watching someone on the field and you're saying he's a great athlete, for a quarterback, he's not hypermobile. When you see the hypermobile top-ranking, efficiency-gaining quarterbacks, you're in awe. They are the best athlete on the field. So please don't confuse that, because I don't need any more people comp to Lamar Jackson. I ask that of you for my sanity. So spread the word. I love you guys. We need you. Stay strong, and I'll see you on the other side.